Hello everyone and welcome into today's update video on Zilliqa. We will check out the latest newsletter and also more info about the new token standard, and finally also some price charts. And right here at the background we can see the new Zilliqa web page, which has been launched towards the end of 2021, and I think it's a very nice upgrade from the previous one. Here we have all the important socials which you can reach very easily, and also a special platform which is called Learn Blockchain, which also includes the Zilliqa Ecosystem, so you can give it a try if you want to get more in depth. But now let's get straight into the newsletter. So here we have the newsletter for December 2021, and it had some major announcements and news. So for example, the Metapolis, which we've talked about with the latest preview, and if you missed that out, you can check it in the top right hand corner. But in a nutshell, it's their new cutting edge customizable extended reality metaverse. So it's a bit different from the usual metaverses which have been running on the blockchain already. They are usually just a type of VR, virtual reality. However, this XR, the extended reality, is a mix between VR and AR. So you have both the interaction with the real world and also a totally virtual world inside the blockchain. There are going to be several phases of Metapolis in 2022, so we will wait for any future updates and I will keep you posted. In another news, we have the token swap for frozen ERC20 to the native tokens, which is the ERC2, which will help the holders who did not swap for mainnet ZIL previously to swap those tokens much easier now with the help of their ZIL bridge. So if you still have any ERC20 ZIL, head straight over to this link over here. By the way, this article is in the description for your convenience. So head over to this link and get your ZRC2 tokens. And you have also a tutorial over here to help you along the way. Then another major announcement from December was this curator-led NFT marketplace. And this marketplace will be mainly a central hub for different artists, curators, and also art collectors on the Zilliqa blockchain, where they will onboard renowned and emerging artists. So that's some real big expansion plans. And on top of that, if you are a ZIL holder, which is the governance token for Zilliqa, you have also the option to vote on the name of this marketplace. So if you have ZIL, you can go to this governance portal and contribute with your suggestions. And from the more wider ecosystem project updates, we have the XCAD DEX launch, where on the New Year's Eve, they've launched their first version of DEX, making it the second AMM DEX on Zilliqa blockchain. And within this first 24 hours of this launch, they've managed to amass about $25 million in total value locked, which is usually the metric you use for those decentralized exchanges, because it tells you how much value does have this decentralized exchange in possession, and thus how many people are believing in this decentralized exchange, using this exchange, etc. Also, there was a hint for a ZIL swap version 2 on Twitter, and there has been hinted that there will be some new features such as borrowing and lending, and also a tokenomics revamp and rewards claiming on any block. So I will keep you posted for any new updates, for which you, by the way, can subscribe for free to this channel so you don't miss that out. Also at the moment there is the Demon's third NFT sales running, and one of the bigger news as well is Binance joining their family of SSN operators, which stands for staked seed nodes. Why is this cool for the users? Well, they are now able to stake with Binance's nodes on their staking side, and also to celebrate this, Binance has introduced a locked staking program for its users to earn much higher yields than usual. And these days Binance staked seed node has over 570 million ZIL tokens staked on it. So already plenty of accessible tokens for staking. And from the community updates, we've had the CEO's end of the year letter, which we've checked out previously. Also then an interview with Valkyrie Investments, where they broke down some basics of Zilliqa in terms of tech and vision of their blockchain. And for some network stats, we have that in December there was a slight dip on-chain activity. We can see here. We can see that the dip was very minor. There are still around 1.6 million transactions per month, which is a pretty nice uptrending trajectory in the back half of 2021. And then we have a couple of language and platform updates. As usual, also as from the CEO letter for 2022, there is plenty of things to be excited about regarding Zilliqa blockchain in 2022. And also they finalized the ZRC6, which we've mentioned previously as well in one of the videos towards the end of 2021, which should improve a couple of points and a couple of things in the NFT space. Also, this new standard will be used to power the before mentioned curatorless NFT marketplace, so feel free to check it out. And with this, I think it's a great transition into the Zilliqa price chart. We are here at the Zilliqa to US dollar ratio, which basically means the price in US dollars. And here we can see that the price is still struggling over here under this pretty long-term downtrending trend line over here, which is now acting as quite a strong resistance. And we've talked about this a couple of times previously. Also that these levels are quite important because they correspond to the previous all-time highs from 2018 over here. And recently, just around the end of the year, we've had a slight run upwards and it seemed like we've broken this resistance line. However, it was just a false breakout and we came quickly back down to those levels of support, which means that the Zilliqa remains still in some kind of a downtrend since the May 2021. However, if we look closely down here to the momentum indicator, we can see that despite being at the same price as at the beginning of December, the momentum is much higher now, very close to the zero line, so at least there is more buying pressure. And I think that in the next couple of days, towards the beginning of February, we will get some change in this trend as we get closer to the meeting point of this downtrending resistance line and those support lines, which are pushing the price a bit sideways now. To get a full picture, we also like to check the Zilliqa to Bitcoin ratio here, which again is pretty much the same situation. We are still in a downtrend, pretty much close to the middle of this downtrending price channel, which is again going pretty much since the May 2021. However, this just explains the relative performance to Bitcoin, and usually if you have some pretty strong price channels here in those ratios to Bitcoin or Ethereum, they are very useful if you want to switch in between coins. For example, if you get very close to some resistance like we were here in May 2021, it's quite useful to know that there may be a reversal in this ratio, which would suggest that Zilliqa will start to underperform Bitcoin a little bit, and at that point you can switch your holdings from Zilliqa over to Bitcoin until again you get closer to the lower support line of this price channel, for example, which could suggest that the Zilliqa will start outperforming Bitcoin in the next couple of months leading into 2022. So therefore now I think we are getting closer to the point where it will be good to change from Bitcoin to Zilliqa again, like we were, for example, here towards the end of 2020. Because usually if you cross this kind of resistance line, which has been going for quite a long time, we can see that from the past there is usually a nice overperformance in this case of Bitcoin. So Zilliqa is doing better than Bitcoin in this phase, and you can use this advantage from this technical analysis in the price charts. And for the same reason, we are checking also the Zilliqa to Ethereum ratio, where here we can again see that since the last video we've talked about this brief breakout over here, but there was only a 1-day candle above this resistance. So unfortunately it was a false breakout, and now this ratio is still going a little bit lower. However, it seems that it is being sandwiched between the resistance with this 50-day moving average. So maybe there will be some more abrupt change in the next couple of days. But again, as with the Bitcoin, we are pretty low in this massive price channel, which has been going pretty much since the beginnings in 2018. So again, as with the Bitcoin, usually when you are close to the support of those huge price channels, it's a good indication that you should switch into Zilliqa from Ethereum in this case, because Zilliqa will outperform Ethereum during the next couple of months. If it breaks from this resistance line going very strong for the past couple of months, again pretty much since the May 2021, and again we can use a similar analogy here. If we are under some significant resistance line, usually after that there is a period of an overall growth. So after we cross this resistance, it looks usually very good for Zilliqa in this case. However, it's all interesting and exciting, but is there a reason that Zilliqa should outperform other crypto? And for this I want to show you a simple metric that is very useful and can tell you a lot about a particular token, which is its market cap. This is one of the most important features which you should look into each token if you are trying to invest, which is the total value basically of all the tokens in the circulation. And for Zilliqa it equals to just under $1 billion, which in crypto is quite small, to be honest. It puts Zilliqa to rank number 117 at the moment, which is quite low in my opinion, and especially after the latest developments with Zilliqa Ecosystem. We've had a new CEO, which I think is a very good change, and also a lot of announcements recently towards the end of 2022. And overall the team of Zilliqa is quite large now. The capabilities of this project are getting higher each month, I think. So in my opinion, this market cap, which we could say is today's value of Zilliqa, is quite low, and I think there is a lot of room for Zilliqa to increase its market cap in the next couple of months, and for sure in the next couple of years. If we just quickly look at some other coins, we can see, for example, Cardano is very popular. However, with its market cap almost at $48 billion, it is so much larger that there is really not that much headroom for the price to go any higher. There would have to be a lot of institutional money pushing the price up, because these amounts of capital are very hard to move up and down. And the same I think goes for pretty much every single one of those tokens in the top 10 at least. So just keep that in mind. And that's it from today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If so, make sure to smash the like button or subscribe for more future updates for Zilliqa and other crypto content. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!